r/askreddit, what dirty secret you know about your parents? My parents are secretly dating after being divorced 14 years. LOL, that's kinda cute. My dad has been on Ashley Madison. I know because years ago he tried to log onto the site using my laptop. He accidentally print screened his login page and I accidentally discovered it when I opened Paint and hit paste. Mom knows since I confided in her I found out. But dad has no idea. To my knowledge, it was me who found out first. My father only married my mom for a green card. My mom married my father out of pure lust. I think their entire marriage and relationship lasted like 2 years. So your dad wasn't attracted to your mother at all in a romantic sense. I know what the final straw in my parents' marriage was. When I was 6, I saw my father hit my mother. And shortly after that they separated and later divorced. I know all their secrets and have done since I was a very young child. That's the downside of being a family therapist. Spoiler alert, there is no upside. Right in the feels. Where is that guy that found out he was conceived in a threesome? Dad? My dad was banging my fiancée. Not before or after we were engaged, we're talking while we were engaged. This happened 20 years ago and I just found out recently. I had other family members who knew and never said anything, let me literally plan a wedding to this chick. Luckily I have a great support system that is helping me to get through it right now, but I apparently don't have a dad. I'm pretty sure my dad SA'd my mom, and as far as I get from her he was overall just a bad person. My mom found out her mom had a dildo, and said it was a unicorn horn, but in church, they were talking about how awful it was to read Harry fucking Potter because of the murder of unicorns. I don't remember details and I didn't get many to begin with even, haha. Even though in the books they talk about how awful and terrible it is to kill a unicorn, sounds like your mom read the books, haha. Sex stuff I didn't need to know. Your mom finally agreed to anal, but your dad bailed once he saw the size of the strap-on. /s. Live up to your username and tell me about it. Both of my parents were cheating back in the 80s. My dad got a woman pregnant, she went and got an abortion and my dad got a vasectomy. Saw my mom's Hitachi wand once. My dad killed a guy. When I'd originally overheard the stories when I was a kid I was too young to get the gist of what it really was and only hit me when I was much older, but dad and his friends would rent a beach house during the summers in HS so they could surf all summer long and had a girl they got hooked on different drugs and kept her inebriated enough that they could take advantage of her whenever they wanted. Basically what sounds like a summer-long gang rape. I'm so sorry. Talk about dodging a bullet, you didn't marry her, right? Was your dad a good father to you? They banged in the living room while I was asleep, you'll never get that out of my head. Both, as most of honest Egyptians, were cheating, ha 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 ha. They just tolerated each other for sake of kids, smiley face. Story of most marriages, by the end. My father cheated on my mom and I found out when I was 17. He also sent nude pictures to his female colleagues from work. They're still married. Tragic, I know. I once visited a house my grandparents lived in at one point. I visited the room I was allegedly conceived in. If my grandparents moved back in, I would have claimed that specific room as mine. My parents aren't together anymore, but I know my mom only stayed with my dad because of me, which makes me feel shit because maybe everything would have been better for me and my siblings if they split up. Edit, I'm the youngest with a different dad, so yeah. My father has a son in other country. Grandma spilled the beans to me. Knob the nose, I know. I love all the people who took time to write about their situation in this post, thanks everyone. That they have and have always had a very unhealthy relationship, and that mom deeply regrets having stuck by dad, despite it being the exact opposite the other way around. They had sex. My and one of my brothers look / sound exactly alike. My one brother has red hair, freckles and even smells different. Another brother has coarse black hair and darker skin. So my mom coulda, you know. They were swingers back in the 70s. They were just sex friends, never loved each other. Where the sex toys are hidden. Mom cheats on dad with a much younger colleague / friend, known that for the past 3 YRS. Not gonna let dad know. And GT, the exact opposite the other way around. As in your dad should be or is the one regretting sticking around. Damn. That my dad cheated on my mom when we were kids and gave her herpes. Is your sister named Herpes? Whenever I hook up with a new girl, I always play it safe and just assume that she's got herpes. That way, I don't have to tell her about my herpes.